name is Julia, but you can call me the Curly Buddha, and today I'm going to show you some easy ways to get into headstand. So let's keep watching and let's see what to do. Hey guys, so before we get into tripod headstand, I'm going to show you a quick warm-up that I like to do to get myself centered and nice and grounded and ready to go into this headstand. So tripod headstand helps to bring new fresh blood and oxygen to your brain and your scalp. And it works your core, your arms, your spine. It helps to tone your legs, and it works your neck. So we need to make sure these muscles are nice and ready to go before we start trying to get this pose done. So I just did a quick salutation A, but if you notice, instead of going into downward dog after I finished my chaturanga, I went to child's pose. That's because here I want to do a couple extra stretches or asanas for my shoulders to really get my shoulder joints warmed up, as well as my back and my spine. So I'm going to go back to child's pose here, and then I'm going to clasp my hands together and bring my arms up to get a nice stretch in my tricep. After I finish doing a couple variations of cat-cow, I also like to stretch out my wrists. So remember, we're doing tripod headstand. So we're making a tripod with our head and our hands, which means that my wrists are placed in flexion. And for me, my wrists are pretty weak, so I really need to make sure they're nice and warmed up and they're feeling okay, so that when I am balancing in my tripod handstand, that they are good to go. And now from here, I'm going to do a couple slow chaturangas to help strengthen my core. So here I like to hold my plank a little bit before I push into up dog. Then I'm going to lift my right leg high for three-legged dog. Then I'm going to go knee to tricep and then knee to chest a couple times, so I can really make sure my core is engaged, because this is what your balance is coming from. Although you're on your head, you need to make sure your core is nice and tight so that you can balance on your head. So let's get that core to work. Okay guys, boom, we just did our warm up. Everything is nice and tight or loose and ready to go. So now let's get into this headstand. So I'm going to start in a tripod position, meaning my head is placed slightly in front of my hands, and then I'm going to spread my fingers apart and evenly distribute my weight through my fingers and my head. And then from there, I'm going to go onto my head, knowing that the wall is right there, and slowly bring one leg up onto the wall and then the other. This entire time, I'm focusing on my breath and I'm engaging my core. So once I bring one foot up, then I'm going to bring the other. So the wall is helpful to make sure that you're nice and aligned. Then once I have both feet on the wall, I'm going to squeeze my core to make sure that I'm in a straight line, and then slowly test my balance. So I'm going to take my feet slightly off the wall to see if I can hold it, and then I'm going to do that a couple times. So here's another look at it. So if you can, bring both feet up, and then I touch my feet on the wall, and then I engage my core, make sure I'm good, and then I slowly take my feet off to test my balance. And then once you're there, boom, let's try it. So I'm going to squeeze, bringing my knees up into my chest, and then bringing them slowly up, making sure that I'm comfortable. So you see how my head and my arms make a triangle. And this entire time, I'm going to squeeze my core to make sure that I'm nice and aligned. Good. And then slowly come down. And then if you want to try yourself a nice challenge, you can try doing eagle pose. Cross one leg on top of the other for eagle pose. Guys, great job. You just did headstand pose. Let me see what you got and let me know if this helps.